Here are 5 ways to expand your book. Great way to expand your book is to include more text, more content, right? So sometimes we just have exhausted all of the words in our book. I've said this before, but have you done all the research that you can do for your book? Maybe your book doesn't require research, but it just doesn't have enough content, enough words to make up a book of substance. So, say for example, you have 5,000 words. Is your book written in such a way that it can be a teaching tool and you can add a little portion for a journal where people can jot down their thoughts, basically just kind of as they go along, they're learning and keeping memories as well. So, this is just another way to expand the book so that it not only helps you, but it helps the reader as well. Another way to expand your book or make it bigger than what it actually is to include people, invite people to share their stories. So now not only are you writing your story, but you're gathering someone else's story. Maybe they don't have an entire book, and you could partner with them or just basically share some of the proceeds with them and share their little truncated story in your book. So maybe each chapter that you have might be a different story from a different person. And then you do a group effort, and everyone benefits from the book. You might want to consider making the font in your book bigger, the size of the letters bigger. So that way it expands your book a little bit and it makes it seem to the reader like your book is longer than it actually is. I don't really like doing this, but sometimes it is necessary. Maybe your story is actually a short story, but you want to make it bigger so you can make it a book. You don't want to make it a pamphlet, so to speak. So something that's so thin that people don't feel like they're getting value out of what you have to say. So making the font bigger may be just your way to go. Another way to make your book bigger than what it actually is to add photos or illustrations, quotes, and maybe old photos. Maybe you're writing a book about your family history, and every so often you're inserting photos that you found along the way. So you can expand your book to make it bigger if you have these types of things. And quotes are really great. I mean, after each chapter, at the beginning or at the end, you can also add other people's information in your book, as long as you have permission that maybe they've written something that's pertaining to your book. And so you just add an insert of that. Few other things that you can actually add to your book to make it slightly bigger are some people have a table of contents, the author, about the author, and that can be extensive or it can be very short. You can also have a reference page. There's so many different types of ways to expand your book with more pages, more information, so that you are giving people what they paid for and you're adding value as well.